factory.
Put your stuff in there.
No, I didn't have an address yet. I'm home.
W00597. I have a trespass charge over. the
Actually, it's a
windows
malicious
private
damage.
On Clinton Street.
Is it malicious damage or trespass charge?
I have it's a 1748. That's a criminal mischief.
Criminal
mischief charge. Now where we at?
Spoken with the prosecutor concerning the matter. I have received some discovery. I will note that I believe the officers involved, which are county, I think they're county sheriff's investigators, are not present today. Counsel and I don't think we could verify whether they were on notice. Maybe we might have to do the same thing that we just did. This goes back to May, I think, no, April of last year.
Yeah, it goes back to April of next year.
Yeah, there's substantial discovery that's outstanding. If the case gets carried, I'm
Says
gonna
that
ask.
the damage to the windows were in excess of $2,000.
I know.
That's what it says.
That's a complicating factor here because I
It
looked
is.
through the file and I did not see a downgrade from the county prosecutor.
All right.
That being said, the point that I was gonna make.
You wanted dealt with here, man.
I do. That's why I'm gonna ask for a cutoff of the additional discovery. There are video outstanding from the alleged facility that was allegedly involved here in East Orange. There's video that allegedly was reviewed by these officers in other locations that led to his being detained and arrested.
Officers were present the last time. You did actually from the state police.
County sheriff's office.
Right.
I also, from reviewing the discovery that I have received, which came in last week late, which I forwarded to the email for the gentleman, there is an indication that there was a search warrant executed on certain electronic devices. I was not provided with a copy of the search warrant.
For what? Search warrant for what?
Search warrant.
This is what, criminal mischief or 57?
I understand that. That's the freeway block. Yeah, where they have the IDRC office and a couple of county facilities. I think the welfare or what's left of the departments there for the county.
Yeah,
Bottom-
it's a third degree offense, I guess they can.
Bottom line with the problem with the warrants is that the warrants were executed against items that were recovered upon his arrest, as I understand it from the report that I read briefly before I came into the session. So we would need the warrant, we would need the return of the warrant, we would need what the results of that is. And none of that's been provided in addition to the video that.
Can you get the discovery?
I do recall speaking with the officer last time about it.
Uh-huh.
He indicated that he did not have it. I will request that my discovery clerk see if she can make contact with the Essex County the Sheriff's Office, or the agency involved, in order to see if he can possibly obtain it.
Can I interrupt you?
The
I'm
sheriff's
sorry.
office complaint, Robert Sutton, at the sheriff's office down on Market Street, that's who it is.
Judge, I apologize. I did open another email which came today, as I recall. And on that email, there was a link to a video availability. The problem is there was no but there's no code in the link.
To access the video.
access it. There's a place where the code should have been put in. And then I used the code. Once I clicked on that, it asked for a code. I don't have a
So
code.
it appears that there are some discovery items
Alright.
to be reviewed. We just need to resolve these technical issues.
Here's my concern, sir.
And also their search warrant. I mean, we're
Here's
not
my
going to.
concern, I'm concerned about the gentleman. He doesn't have a home. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, I do have a motor vehicle complaint too, right?
Parking ticket, yes.
Are you staying in a vehicle or something?
No, I got a job from a lady and a guy renting the oil truck. But, I helped him to rent it to get the job. And we park it in front of the barber shop, and they ended up cutting the clients when they should be on the job. And they ended up coming to the truck ticket.
I'm gonna dismiss this ticket.
Thank you.
place to stay, man, anything to break into anywhere. You know what? Call that. Gentleman has to stay somewhere, you gotta help him, maybe refer him to some services or something, right? You know, so he can have somewhere. You got somebody, some friends or somebody you can stay with?
Attorney General and professional standards are certain for the two properties that they can house, like 5,000 Lincoln Avenue, and then they burn the house down at public production. That's why they take it.
We get 319, okay? That's the new date.
You want to establish a February date for all this additional discovery? We can probably
They don't
fix,
provide it, you know. I'm sorry, what did you say?
that's too soon. The problem, Judge, is normally you don't sit on this session. So if there's something, you can make a notation that discovery should be provided some date in February so that if we don't
Yeah,
have,
me too.
I'm not that concerned about the electronic because it's a matter of getting the
Yeah.
code. But the
Search
then
warrant
the
and all.
search warrant, the return, all that stuff, I'll be honest, but let me do the talk. Let me do the talk, please. In my experience, once we get a search warrant signed off on by a Superior Court judge, getting that material and all that stuff has been rather difficult.
Why?
I don't know why, I mean, it's,
I've gotten that stuff 50 billion times in my career.
it's
You
probably because it's sort of an addition outside the normal discovery, which is the police reports and the complaint.
know, relist each one. I'm gonna relist it for 319, I'll put a discovery cutoff date. You know, you gotta be mindful of that, because, you know, otherwise this is in jeopardy. 2/20/2026.
No note of that here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I just
Thank you,
wanna
Judge.
mention
No, no,
one
no,
thing.
no. You gotta talk to me.
You have to talk to your lawyer first. Walk through your lawyer.
I have the right, because the Attorney General told me to make sure it's on the record. I don't understand how the court.
Come up to me, come up. You don't have the right to talk and say anything that you so. Listen to me. Listen carefully to me. I don't care what the Attorney General said. This is my courtroom. I have to run it a certain way with proper decorum. The Attorney General is not here. Who represents you is Mr. Phillips. And the only thing I'm trying to do is make sure that you don't say anything that incriminates you or hurts you in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying to help you protect your rights. You understand?
Yes, I
Because I don't
understand.
want to put you in a position where you end up, you know, having,
Yeah.
Mr. Phillips, will you tell him?
Understood, Judge. Everything here is being recorded.
It's
So
also
if you,
being
if,
down.
listen, if you make a mistake, say something that incriminates you, they have.
I won't. I'm just saying that I'm going down instead, when it's not mentioned in the record.
Okay,
I'm
let's
going
talk
down.
outside.
I'm going down, Mr. That's why I'm home this night.
Let's
I
talk
got money, I
outside.
got everything, I'm home this night.
You're not helping your case. Let's talk outside. Let's talk outside.
You step outside.
You're not helping your case. I have this case set up, listen. I have this case set up. They don't give the discovery, which is gonna be
It was
hard.
the last day.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry, but I am the lawyer, you are not.
I understand that.
You don't seem to understand that because you want to talk like you're a lawyer in court and you don't know.
I'm not trying to talk as a lawyer. Look at my board, we call both of us right now, and listen to both of us. I'm not trying to talk about you.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm saying to you that even though the judge is right and you are right, the Attorney General, John, from Attorney General, is quoting me. He's saying that.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's saying that the situation that I was offended and we keep it not what the concern, the concern. Well, Attorney General can't help me in all cities with these cases. These men that is second, I have to make sure, like I tell you, Attorney General said, these men to actually mention on the record because they're getting away and they be pulling mad strings onto what they already done. So if I don't mention these men, I'm gonna come out of court again. I mean, I'm going to pay so much by coming to court on these men. By the time I'm going for my uniform, like my bag, of course, I can't shoot. They need to shoot. But then I look at the office, the guy that break in my house is a sheriff that my baby mother had iron. So I'm saying that I'm everything. I'm out of the day. I have nothing at all.
So what you want to happen here, it's already half done. Your parking ticket that was in the file is being dismissed.
I
I'm
wasn't
setting
gonna
up,
mention- I wasn't gonna mention nothing, but.
I'm
like that.
setting, your case is being set up for me to try to get it dismissed when you come back in March. I suspect they will not have that discovery. That is gonna be necessary by the middle of February, which is February 20th. He will not be the judge on the next occasion. This court is usually handled by a female judge who's rather difficult to deal with.
Yes,
Much more
I know her.
difficult,
I know
much
her.
more difficult than this person.
Yes, I know.
That's why I insisted upon this judge writing a discovery cutoff in the file, so she can't make an adjustment. So you having to say anything more on the record is not helping your case.
All I'm saying that I tried to say to your God, but when looking at you, I said, hey, you're on your own. I thought the cutoff date was like today.
I already
That's all.
told you that I looked in the file and he did not make, and it wasn't him, because he didn't sit. The last judge who had this case, who's much more difficult to deal with, did not make that notation in the file. So you saying it doesn't help.
Oh, she just said it, but it never know.
I don't even think she said it. I think you asked about it and she did not grant that request. I remember this.
Yeah, I think
You
they-
wanted to talk about, oh, Judge, this should be the last time you put a discovery, and she didn't do it, which she has the right not to do. That's why I I asked this judge to make a notation in the file that would cover that issue so that the next judge could not ignore it. All right? You talking about that on the record does not help your
Oh,
case.
no, I'm not trying to force it. I was just wondering what's the outcome, not trying to.
Okay, well, I'm explaining
this
it to
right.
you.
Yes, I'm happy
We had
with
that
it.
conversation before. I looked in the file, I did not see that there was a cutoff imposed for the day. She didn't write that. All she did was relist, she put discovery today,
missed it.
but that's not a
I
cutoff.
missed that. You see, when you showed me that.
Yeah.
I missed it. So that's what I needed.
Okay,
I missed it.
no problem, I have no problem, I'm not angry. But when you're told by the court not to speak, when your lawyer tells you not to speak to the court on the record, talk to me, you need to abide by those things. Because people are trying to protect you, I'm trying to protect the rights. The judge doesn't want you to say something that incriminates you. You don't want to talk about, the fact is, these guys weren't here today, that doesn't help them. And we now have a cutoff. If they don't show up in March, and we don't get all this additional stuff, which I don't think I'm gonna get, certainly. All right, now, I did email you what I got in writing. I sent you, did I send you? No, did I send that? Yeah, I did. I emailed you the written stuff. So you can take a look at that for the next court session. I'm gonna try to get into this video format that they sent. I'll take a look at that stuff, but in addition to that, there's these searches. They took some electronics from you,
Yeah,
right?
they gave everything back to me.
Okay, but they took them and searched them before they
Yeah,
did
body
that.
cam, everything, yeah.
Okay, so we're entitled to see what they found. That's part of the search warrant. They got a judge to authorize a search warrant. We're entitled to see what he authorized. We're entitled to see what they took with a return on the search warrant back to the court. And we're entitled to see the results of the search. All right, none of which did they supply yet. All right, but they're responsible for doing that. So if we don't get that, that's another basis to get this dismissed. Trying to set this up so this goes away.
I know.
And hopefully you stay out of any of these more circumstances, get yourself together.
No, that's what I'm saying, they don't look like that. That is the reason why Attorney General, we finished with the court now. I'm just letting you know that outside, getting myself together. When I step to the door, the guys start following me, like violate these people, building, that violate the street. I have like mad police report, especially now that this courthouse, every time I come here. So it's not like they leaving me alone, saying, yeah, minutes.
Where are you living now?
On the abandoned building. on William Street right at this moment. Because, when I'm called police report, I look at 50 for my detective, they want to keep making the reports, please, for investigation later. So the guys, they come over me and push me. I am holding my nostril. I was sick for like months. Caseworker took me to New York shelter to take me out of these people things. They came over here and beat me. So what I'm saying to you, my life cannot be better right now outside. After me fighting these guys off me.
Okay, well, it's one fight at a time, so that's why I'm trying to get this resolved in your favor. Once this is resolved in your favor, it gets dismissed, and you can do, you know, whatever you think you need to do with respect to everything else that's going on. But you don't complicate this.
But my problem is, like, I use five jobs. I look at it, Livingston, Akron, Irish, I live in Livingston. I work at Home Depot. I work at my job that I just lose, Porter County. I just get like as an artist. Even if I'm going to uniform, I'm going for IDs and these things. So they ask me to actually break in my house. The Attorney General been seeking for the other one for the street. So I have no one to our area and then stuff like that. So you, the thing is case going on.
It helps you with this court.
No, I understand.
Okay.
But they feel that they want to keep me in case. You understand? So it's not like after the case thrown out, I'm going to be a police. And I mentioned that it's the same case in Irvington, same case in North. I only know that I have a square broken window. Irvington has a square broken window. I know that's what I'm trying to tell you. All those 5, 6, 7 cases in Irvington, in Newark, you have 5, 6 cases here too. I'm just saying that the same police never came. Did they ask for discoveries? They never had no discoveries. I say, have come in.
Okay, well, that's why we're entitled to the discovery. I'm not going to ignore the fact that you don't have all the discovery, and I've started to get some, I sent some to you, so make sure you take a look. I emailed it to you. I don't know how hard it is to get out.
Number 7.
Yeah, that's it. You gave me that email last time. This is what I have in writing. All right, so we got it. Sure you have been in the past. That's, try to get it done.
And get a charge here. That's what's going to take place.